Elephant nutrition in our zoos. Not very much is known when it comes to elephant nutrition, captive or otherwise. Studies are especially lacking when it comes to vitamins and minerals. Some field studies that have been done on wild elephants have provided some insight. Some of what we know has been taken from studies done on horses and seems to be sufficient enough for the time being. As caretakers of these creatures, it is our responsibility to attend to the health and welfare of the animals in our care. Elephants are prone to disease or death if fed improperly. Some foods that are good for them can even prove harmful if fed improperly or in the wrong amounts. Banana tree stalks are a good example. They are good for an elephant diet as they contain a lot of water. However, they can cause intestinal blockage if they are not properly chopped. We also need to make sure we are feeding a nutritionally sufficient diet, that our animals are receiving everything they need to thrive and be healthy. From compiled studies on food consumed by wild elephants, we have learned they eat a large number of plant species. Their diets are based on seasons and plant availability, which provides them with a wide variety of nutritional values. Elephants receive most of their minerals through soil. A study done of wild African elephants estimated their daily food intake. They found this in two ways. First was through the weight of stomach contents. The second was estimated from feeding time and rate. The estimated daily intake of adults was between 1 to 1.5% of the elephant's body weight. However, these observations were not sufficient to set minimum nutrient requirements for captive elephants. Further analysis of the plants eaten can help identify the nutrients the wild elephants are receiving. It was found that the nutrients wild elephants consume is much more varied than what is in captive feed. It is believed that the nutrient reserves accumulated during the periods when a large number and variety of plants are available helps to compensate for periods of less. The goal is to find the sweet spot between the two periods to provide captive elephants with their optimum nutritional values year-round. In captive elephants in North America, hays of various sources are the main source of nutrient intake. Pelleted feeds compensate for the inadequacies of hay. Most hay diets will not need to be supplemented, with the exceptions being biotin supplements, which have been found to promote foot health, and zinc, which may be needed to support the elephant's immune system. A study was done at Cabal National Park on the nutritional ecology of elephants. Nutritional ecology is the study of measuring the food selection, utilization, and functional responses of animals to food. They made an index of the dietary concentrations of the food the elephants ate. They used the empiric inductive method. Simply put, this means gathering scattered, real world data and using deductive reasoning to conclude or result to a hypothesis. They were able to derive the relative contribution of the food type to the nutritional intake of wild elephants, thus being able to estimate the nutritional requirements of diets. Circulating nutrients are nutrients gotten from food that go to either storage of tissue for energy generation. One study looked at 6 managed African elephants. The key to improving methods of species management is to better understand and monitor elephant nutrition. Studying circulating nutrients is the best and least expensive method. This study also showed seasonal differences. They found vitamin E supplements may not be needed with mixed feedstuff diet. They were able to offer updated information for reference values in similar habitats. There have been some valuable recommendations made in the Nutrition Advisory Group Handbook for ideal elephant feed care. Some of these are analyzing hay for nutrient contents, using a mixture of grass and legume hays of known composition, supplementing inadequacies of hay feed with formulated pellets, making sure to make all dietary changes gradually over 1 to 2 weeks. Regular and consistent observation of the elephants is important to note any changes, and once again, use studies previously done on horses as a reference whenever information is lacking. Many studies are still needed to further understand the nutritional needs of elephants in our care, specifically more studies on vitamin and mineral requirements. Different zoos and caretakers collaborating and sharing information will also aid in the improvement of our nutritional knowledge. Closer recording and observations are an important part of this process, taking note and sharing what works well in feed stuff and what to avoid doing.